Are you looking for an outdoor activity that you can do all year long, whether it's summer like it is today, a beautiful July day, or in the dead of winter? Are you looking for something that you can do by yourself or with friends, or a combination of both? Well, if you are, then we have the activity for you. It's called hiking. My name is Bill Pozerycki. I'm with the Pozerycki Arpino Realty team. Behind the camera is my partner, Linda Arpino. There's the wave. I love to hike. And the nice thing about it is you can do various hikes. You can go off and do it for exercise, or you can go off and just do a small little hike and just get one with nature and watch everything that's out there, or just a quick one out in the woods. So there's various things that you can do, and I've read a lot of books on hiking, and the main theme that you will see if you read these books is they say hike your own damn hike. And that is, you do your research, you figure out what you want to do, the trails you want to do, and then you go off and hike it. We're here at the Nashoba Brook Sanctuary. It's 420 acres, 3.6 miles long, and various paths to take.
So we're currently located, the parking lot I'm going to show you is on Concord Road. So it's the part of Concord Road that if you came 27 and went just straight down heading towards Powers Road, before you got to Powers Road on the left. So you could probably fit in the parking spaces, probably about 5 cars, but you could park along the side as well.
So we're going to be reviewing 5 hiking trails in Westford. So make sure you stay with us for all 5, and I'm going to be giving hiking tips at each one. If you do remember the hiking trail preview we did in the town of Chelmsford, if you haven't, go back and watch it. I gave 5 hiking tips there as well. I'm going to give you 5 brand new ones, so you'll want to stay with us till the very end. So you can see that the trail is very well marked down here. You're not going to have a hard time staying on the trail. There are some roads that I almost fell over on. That would have been fun. You do obviously want to stay on the trail, but it's not going to be difficult and you won't get lost there. So my first tip is socks and shoes. That's really important. I have on my great little Merrell boots. They come up high so they protect your ankles. These are insulated a little bit better than most, so I can wear these all year long. And all I have is just one thin sock on here for wicking. Get rid of all your cotton and things like that. You don't want to wear cotton or wool. When I come back out and it's colder, I'll put another sock over that, but again, you want things that are wicking. So your feet are your most important because you are going to be walking. So have the right socks and the right shoes, invest in those.
And one more thing just about the trail. So this sort of whole area is the combination, like Bill had said, the Richard Emmett, there is Mass Audubon land. You can get to different, we showed you the Concord Road parking, but if you go to the end of Texas Road or the end of Trailside or the end of Vinebrook, so they're all sort of enclosed neighborhoods, there is parking available and entrances to this whole area from those as well. So we are going to finish here and head to our next trail.
Welcome to the Tom Paul Trail, our trail number 2. This is actually one of the longest and most interesting trails in town. It actually starts in the center of town, but we're here in the parking area just off of Cold Spring Road. So a lot of interesting things you're going to see on here. It does interconnect with a bunch of other trails. So the best thing to do is run on the website and take a look. It will connect over to the Arch Bridge Trail as well. They have a little marquee here, shows you the trail system. You're also going to run into some wood ducks, some birds that are out there. You've got some ponds that you can walk around. So it's a great hike to take your time, relax. Yes, you can do it quickly and get a nice workout in, but you really want to take your time. Bring your binoculars. You'll see a lot of nice wildlife on this trail.
And on Cold Spring, so we are right here. So we came down the center of town, come down Graniteville, take a left onto Cold Spring, and this is the parking area that we're in right now and the start of that trail.
And they have one tip here, which we won't go into, but black bears are in the area. So the best thing to do, if you're by yourself, try to make some noise. Don't walk in silent. I know it's really hard to do, especially when you want to enjoy nature. If you're with a group and you're talking, that's probably the best thing. The bears really don't want anything to do with us. It's just when you surprise them is when it becomes an issue. So again, this is a type of trail that I think you want to just relax and take your time. I said to bring binoculars. I can't look through binoculars. I have a hard time, so I have a monocular, just a 1. And it's really powerful. It's really nice to do. So let's take a walk down the trail a little bit, and we'll go over our second hiking tip. Okay, so we're a little bit further down the trail. It is very wide open. Some of the trail is going to have yellow blazes that will keep you on trail, but again, it's really hard to get off the trail. We always suggest that you do stay on the trail and hike the own hike that you want to hike. I don't recall if this one is dogs or not. The last one that we were on did say no dogs, so always check. Most of them will let you take your dog as long as it's on a leash, or you can take your cat. I take my cat hiking. I know that's hard to believe. Her name is Bitten.
Yay, Bitten.
Here's a little picture of her. You can see that she's enjoying a stump that's out there and walking along. Our walks are maybe 50 to 100 yards in. She's very slow, and she stops at every chipmunk or squirrel noise. Wears a nice little orange vest with a GPS. So whatever animal you have, dog, cat, goat, take it on a hike. Second hiking tip is, now that you've got your shoes and your socks down, wear the rest of the clothes that are comfortable, breathable, depending on the time of year. I have on Colombian lightweight pants, very breathable, dry fit. My shirt, my Patriot shirt, is a dry fit shirt. Again, we're in July. So when you go on your hike, take a look at the weather and dress appropriately for it. Spend the money to get the right clothes so you can be comfortable. And you probably don't want to wear what Linda's wearing when you hike.
The cameraman always forgets to dress appropriately. Camera person.
So this was our second trail. We are going to go off to our third, so stick with us. Welcome to our preview of trail number 3, the Stony Brook Conservation Land. Some of you may know this as East Boston Camps. Back in 2005, the town of Westford purchased East Boston Camps and then renamed it in 2014 to the Stony Brook Conservation Land. Has a nice marquee up here. And this is a 286 parcel piece of property. Essentially, it's a peninsula that borders on the west by Stony Brook and on the east by Keys Brook.
So right now we are here because we entered in. So if you're coming down from the center of town, you cross over to Depot, and then right before it splits Depot to Plain, there's the railroad tracks, which you can see right down the bottom. And you can just pull right in there.
So you've got some nice ponds in the area. You've got a lot of nice wildlife here as well. You see some white-tailed deer back here. Again, a lot of birds and things like that. So it's a nice area to, again, take your time and walk through the trail. Check when you can actually do the trails. During the summer, which you are right now, East Boston Camps is in progress, so they don't want you walking the trails there. They'll want you doing the Stony Brook Trail only.
So there you can see there's the little places where the kids would be hanging out and doing their summer camp, and then there is a trail that runs down the below. You can see the blue. That kind of would be the outer edge.
So we walked a little bit further down, and I am going to give you my third hiking tip. We talked in the Chelmsford video about the 10 essentials you should have in your backpack. So the tip I have for you this time is you want to keep your backpack light. Mine maybe weighs 5 to 7 pounds at the most. So think about what you're putting in there. If you're putting in your sunscreen and lotions or some first aid supplies, it's best just to get the travel packs, things that are not big, especially if they have liquids in them. You're going to keep it much lighter. It's much better than that. So on this trail, you can bring your dogs. It also says you can bring your horses. You just have to pick up after them, or you'll pay a $50 fine.
Just no motorized vehicles. That's why it's got that kind of chain across the entrance of this one, because it's a wide enough trail that they want to make sure that it's just for
And again, pretty well marked, and I can see a blue blazer up on this tree, so I'm assuming that further down you'll continue to see those blue blazers, which marks the trail. On to the next one, number 4. So welcome to trail preview number 4, the Grassy Pond Life Course and Trail System. This is bought by the town in 1971 and managed by the Westford Conservation Commission. You can see behind me a very round little pond. This has no inlets or outlets to it. It is just ground fed. It will dry up every once in a while. It did dry up in 2016. Because of the drying pattern, it often does not support fish and is termed a vernal pool. So you'll have a lot of wood frogs in there and things like that. Every once in a while, fish will get introduced into it, and they will live there until it dries up next time. So it has a half-mile walking trail around the pond and then a half-mile jogging trail. I see no reason why you can't continue to walk on the jogging trail. That's quite all right. And it does have it has 20 stations of exercises that will range from just simple calisthenics to a balance beam and some other things like that. So it's a nice place, a fun place to bring the family with the kids, take a nice walk around the pond and have fun on some of the balance beams and courses.
And for parking, and stay to the end, I'm making Bill do the balance beam, but so this one has a good amount of parking. I'm just going to swing over here so you can see it. There's probably room for 12 or so cars. The last one we were at, I forgot to mention, that one also, the one that was East Boston Camps, that one also has plenty of parking, and since it's such a large area. This one we're at now, it's not too far, it's kind of around the corner from the one we were just at.
So why don't we walk down to the balance beam and we'll have Linda get on it in her flip-flops and I'll talk about my next hiking tip.
All right, now we are back for Bill's tip, but I just told him he's got to do his tip while doing the balance beam.
So I can do it.
All right.
Follow me to the balance beam. Here we go.
You're going to go all the way too. So
I really?
Yeah, it's a long one, but yep, I want to see the whole thing.
Okay, so the hiking tip on this one, and it's actually a great tip for this.
Hold on. You're not moving.
Oh, geez. Okay.
You need to give the tip.
So the hiking tip on this one, and it's a good one, is to pace yourself, especially if you're bringing the little ones, because they're going to get all excited to do everything, like the balance beam and the calisthenics and all of that. So make sure you pace yourself, unlike me on the balance beam. And it's not after 5 o'clock, so there's no lamp that has been lit. One last little place to go, and we are going to be good. Oh, almost did it, Linda. Here we go.
Let's do the dismount.
A double.
The Olympics are coming up. Nice job.
Thanks for watching this one. We're on to our fifth and final. Welcome to our fifth and final trail review here in Westford. Welcome to Mystery Springs. This is a small trail. It's only 0.2 miles. It's been a local favorite watering hole for 150 years of the local animals around in the area. It's located right off of 495. That's why you can hear the cars going back and forth. Parking is a little bit limited. You can get a car here. There's a couple more that are going to be parked underneath the overpass, but it's a fun little walk back through there. So we can kind of walk down the trail a little bit and see what's going on.
All right, we're going to walk down a little bit, and just for the location on Tadmuck, so it is in between the Tadmuck that runs between Main Street and 110.
So Mystery Spring Trails, although it's only 2 miles long, it does interconnect with a lot of other trails. There's Flattery Trail, that's about 0.3 miles long, and that runs from Mystery down to Dana Drive, cul-de-sac. Also the Tadmuck Divide Trail, about a half a mile long. Then we also have the Old Hall Road, which is about another half mile long. And all of these have some nice scenic views. Again, you'll see some nice birds, wildlife, white-tailed deer are in there. So these will all interconnect very nicely. The best is always to go over to the website, pull up the trail system, and see where one trail goes and how it interconnects. So even though they're small, you can get a mile and a half, maybe a 2 mile hike in. So for our fifth and final tip on hiking, and it's very important, as they all are, but this one is leave no trace. So whatever you take into the woods, take out of the woods. No littering, don't leave anything out there. You want to leave it as natural as you can. You want to keep the environment as natural as you can and not bring anything in that's going to spoil it for yourself or anybody else. So thank you again for watching and staying with us all the way through. Please remember to subscribe to our channel below. There it is right there. And we're going to do more about the towns, Westford, Chelmsford, things to do around the town. If you have anything that you would like us to investigate and put on film, please reach out to us. Again, thanks again. We really appreciate it. Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, everybody. Bye-bye.
Happy trails.